Duck Detective and the Secret Salami is one of those very short but well executed games that nails its clever design. Although it is very brief, it showcases strong voice acting and just enough meaningful moments to really pull you into the mind of a detective through both its storytelling and gameplay. If you enjoy cozy games filled with charming characters and a touch of detective mystery, this is one game you won't want to miss out on, as it only takes about an hour to complete. In the game, you play as a down-on-his-luck private investigator, which tends to be the norm with these lighthearted takes on the genre, without a penny to his name, surviving on bread, which in this world is basically the equivalent of being a raging alcoholic. His significant other has left him and he's trying to make amends, and in the middle of hitting rock bottom, he gets a call to investigate a missing lunch at a local bus station. Using information you gather through conversations and sleuthing, you'll eventually pick up on keywords and clues. Surprisingly, the game is very forgiving with mistakes, rather than punishing the player. This outcome largely depends on the mode that you have chosen. You can either piece things together using your own intuition, or you can brute force it in the story mode with the highlighted prompts. Either way, the story itself was engaging enough to want to continue. The game does leave a lot to be desired when it comes to the actual detective work. It isn't particularly challenging, so if you're expecting a deep dive into clues, motives, and timeline reconstruction, this isn't going to be it. Duck Detective is a lighthearted game that leans heavily into storytelling, and its strongest asset is easily the voice acting.
I'm a different duck now. I haven't had a slice of bread in weeks.
The developers nailed the casting of a Private Eye. He carries that old school detective charm with him, not quite gravelly and not cynical, but deliberate and well paced with his internal monologues and narration. What sells it though is that in contrast, he's got this air of mystery and professionalism, but he's also a complete mess of a man. I found that disconnect to be hilarious when you consider he's supposed to be one of the world's most highly regarded detectives. The game uses a simple cutout style animation within an isometric world, which helps to create a gentle, inviting atmosphere that complements the laid-back mystery. The visual simplicity works in its favor, making exploration and clue gathering feel cozy and approachable without being overly obscure and needlessly difficult. You're going to be in for a comfortable hour-long session of puzzles and clue gathering as you piece together what's really going on at this bus station. The goal is clear: classic detective work. Talk to everybody, snoop through computers, messages, calendars, and dates, and start filling in the blanks in your journal until you eventually pinpoint the culprit. You'll likely hit at least one small roadblock early on, but once it does click, it becomes a fun and engaging progression-based mystery through its story. Once again, you can toggle the highlight mode for a more guided experience, or you can choose the less structured option where you're free to make your own deductions on your own. If you are slightly off, the game will still give you a small nudge, letting you know if 2 or fewer lines are incorrect. It offers just enough help without feeling like it's holding your hand. I do still feel like a completely hands-off option might have extended the time investment a bit, considering the game only runs you about 1 hour to 100% the achievements and the main story gameplay. There's nothing really wrong with Duck Detective. Short casual games featuring animals in oddball situations aren't anything new, and honestly, they've become pretty popular for a reason. So if you're in the mood for a quick cozy mystery with some light detective work, this first entry into the multi-part Duck Detective story is worth checking out. While some players may say that the price leans a little bit too high for the playtime being offered, what you're paying for is quality, a strong voice actor, charming animation, and a tightly packaged experience that delivers exactly what it promises.